tell out the main court.
No,
you know,
and the best players don't play mixed doubles.
That's true.
A lot of them play it when they're near finished, you know. Patsy's looking at this all confused.
Yeah.
What's mixed doubles? We never played that in Drummalee.
Patsy's surprised that women are allowed to play anything, isn't that, Patsy? So, going forward, Castlerahan next year then, what do you reckon? Fourth time lucky, is it?
I don't think so.
No, you think they're done?
I think they're done.
Spirit is broken.
Well, not only that, I think they've had their 3 finals and they'll need a lot of luck in the draw. Cavan Gales were out of it for the last few years.
Yeah, I was surprised by that when I seen it. I don't follow that much, but
and they're not that old. Like most of the team's young enough.
Yeah.
Shawnee Johnson, he's after winning his 10th in a row. Or his 10th senior, not 10th in a row, 10th senior title. He's the oldest of the team. But they have young players. Rammer, people said last year when Rammer won the title that they were going to win the next 10.
Yeah, that's it. They're going to get on a roll, yeah.
Because they were such a young team.
Yeah.
They're after winning everything from under 12 the whole way up.
Right.
And won the senior with a fairly young team. But they weren't able to put back to back. They lost, I think it was O'Connell, got injured. And that was a big blow to them. Another 1 or 2 other players got injured. And yes, they have a big panel of all the same.
Yeah, I get you.
And people mix that up with actually having a high standard of player.
Yeah.
They have...
If you have high standards of the one type of player...
They're very like the same sort of thing you could say about Cavan County team.
Right.
We could replace 20 of the panel with exact same standard of player. Right. And it'd make no difference. But we only have 3 or 4
standout
players who, when you're missing, then you realise, we're not actually.
You're in trouble. Good. Yeah. I get you. Yeah.
And again, that's what I say. A problem with Cavan football. We have far too many teams, far too many of everything's the same because the standards aren't high enough. Senior football is not good enough, and intermediate football's a step down, and junior football's another step down.
Yeah.
And it is the same in every county. Your junior is not going to be as good as your intermediate, is not going to be as good as your senior. But our senior is not that good. We get good games. Same as everywhere else. Two bad teams to give you a good game, as I keep saying. But we have to do something to increase the standard. Less teams, less clubs, make it harder. Right. Allow in a couple of amalgamated teams of your junior and intermediate, so that every good footballer playing at junior or intermediate knows he's going to get a run out in the senior, get a chance to play against the senior footballers in the county. The county selectors can see them against
their version of the cream of the crop, basically.
The cream of the crop, yes. And then pick the best from that.
It makes sense.
Kerry done something like that when they were in the doldrums there in the 90s. They every club amalgamates down there, all the junior clubs, all that. If you're not good enough to go senior on your own, you amalgamate. And then every good footballer, in theory, gets it. One of our problems in Cavan, with what I have seen down through the years with amalgamations, is the teams don't be picked on merit.
Right.
You get 3 teams together and they say, right, 5 from each club. Right, and if a lad is took off from that club, a sub from his club has to go on.
Right.
There's too much of that, where you need a proper amalgamation, where proper management and they are going, well, this is the best 15. Even if 7 of them is from one club and the other 8 is only from the other 2 clubs involved.
To get around that, would you not just need a completely separate management team for that one?
Well,
you'd have your managers for the 3, just say 3 clubs, 3 teams. You have them managers, but to make it fair, you'd need to bring in a completely different management team that has no affiliations to the 3 clubs.
Well, it is one of the odd things. I don't know if there's a club in the county being managed by a player, by somebody from their own club. They're all outside managers, mostly. Now there might be a few. I think Rammer this year may have had a Rammer man in charge, but the Cavan Gales, Jason Riley built Herbert.
Yeah.
Whereas Mickey Graham of Cavan Gales is winning championships with Mullinyochta in Longford.
Really?
Yes. Danny Brady of Mullahorn was the manager of the other team in the Longford final. Mullahorn never won a game all year themselves in Cavan and are after getting relegated.
And is that a case that clubs don't look at their own? They think it's always better on the
no.
grass is always greener, is it?
It's
The politics, is it?
Let's be cynical. Let's be straight out about it. It's about getting paid. You can get expenses if you're travelling.
So it's better travelled along for than next door.
Yes, it is. But it's happening at county level. There's lots of counties with
residential.
Well, Cavan's county manager is from Tyrone, and he was managing in Monaghan before he came to a club in Monaghan. We could list off 20 players that played for Cavan in the last 20 years that are all managing non-local clubs, if you know what I mean, not their own club. Now again, too, you always had a problem with local managers where they can't make hard decisions sometimes because
they know them.
They know them, or they'll fall out with workmates, or they'll fall out with neighbours.
Family,
yes, and like that too. Family. If you're a manager of a team or a selector of a team, and you've got a relative playing, whether he's been picked on merit or not,
people are going to say
it's going to be said he's been picked because he's Johnny's son.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah. But it happens. The same way we have had it down through the years in Cavan, where certain selectors will not pick a rival club's player or a neighbouring club's player.
Can't be seen to be doing it, is it?
No, they won't do it. They hate other that much.
Oh, they hate it
over nothing, like, you know. Like we have it that like my own parish, Killishandra, it's got Arva, Conifay and Killishandra in it.
Right.
And they hate other guts, and none of them can tell you why. You know, there's out nonsense from 100 years ago.
Tribal warfare.
It's
our tribe against your tribe.
You know, like they can't. It's got to the point where they can't even amalgamate. Arva, Killishandra amalgamate. Right. But they won't amalgamate with Cornafane. Cornafane amalgamate with Ballinya and with Lacken, and they're with Butler's Bridge in Lochoocht or Gales in one of the underage things. But it's this thing of they won't get on with other. They won't, you know. It's rivalry over nothing.
Oh yeah.
It's a bit.
But
like,
does that not kind of make it though?
But
on match day.
But that's grand when you're playing each other. But when I'm saying when it comes to a proper amalgamation and getting the best for the footballer.
Yeah.
Like the actual good players are being ignored. Cornafane have 3 or 4 good footballers.
Right.
But we don't know how good they are because they're only playing junior. They're after winning the won the junior a couple of years ago. Last year. And they were in the intermediate this year. But those couple of good players, there's Barry Doyle, very good. Got a game or two with the county in McKenna Cup and things like that. But he's playing at such a low standard in the county, it's too big of a step up.
Right. Whereas
if Arva, Conifay and Killishandra amalgamated for the senior, he'd get on that team. And he'd have men better than him and as good as him with him.
Yeah.
So instead of having to carry the team like he does with Cornafane, he could actually relax and
a bit of freedom
and be a star.
Show what he can do.
Yeah. And we'd know then whether he is as good as Cornafane people tell you he is. But we'll never see. Killishandra have a couple of good players. Arva have a couple of good players. There's ideal there for a team that could give the senior a run. They mightn't win it, but they'd be better off. Those good players should be playing in the senior. You know.
Yeah, but sounds like
and it's the same. And not only them, Ballymekew are there. They're not far from Crushala, Mullahorn, Lacken. Could amalgamate with somebody and give their better players a chance in the senior as well. Like Buchanan that's on the county. He could do with playing senior club football. Now, a thing that people don't know a lot about, back when Cavan were winning All-Irelands and Ulsters, there was a rule in club football that if you got on the county panel, you had to be with a senior club.
So you'd have to transfer, would you?
So you transferred to the nearest senior club. And that is why so many Killishandra players played with Cornafane.
To keep the standard, basically.
It was all your senior county panel was playing in senior football.
So
if your club won the junior and got up senior, you transferred back to them. Now, what people ignored too on that was if a county man transferred into you, what often happened was their young upcoming players transferred
the
other way,
right,
to get games.
Yeah.
So up and coming players played junior with a neighbouring club, And when they were good enough to go senior, they transferred back to their club. So whatever your standard was, you played at.
Yeah.
Be it with your own club or your neighbouring club.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
It does actually make sense.
And when did that go out the window?
Well, that went out the window 50 years ago, I think.
Well, why did it go out the window?
Well, again, clubs looking after
Club
themselves.
politics.
Club politics. We are only junior because our good player has gone to the neighbouring club.
If we had him back, we could be senior.
We could be senior.
Yeah.
Yes. That thing, but yet the same clubs are still junior. You know, we have in Cavan a batch of clubs that have been senior most of their last 100 years. And we have a batch of clubs that have been junior or intermediate for the last 100 years.
Yeah.
And yet those clubs that are, a lot of them that are junior, they've done nothing to get themselves up any better. They've done nothing to help their players go up a higher standard.
It's all to know, is it? It kind of. It's not that they're happy there, but it's just kind of.
Oh, as long as they're winning an occasional junior championship, they're happy.
Just a bit of silverware. Doesn't matter what kind of.
Like you have clubs that win the junior, go up intermediate for a year or 2 years, and are back down winning the junior again, a few, or challenging for it itself, you know. And they seem quite happy, and any manager's going to be happy if your manager would rather win the junior than be beaten in the senior.
It looks better on the CV.
Well, he doesn't get sacked. If you win something, you don't get sacked.
That's true.
You know,
keep up the mileage.
Well, no, any manager that wins any trophy should deserve another crack at it.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
You know, just ask Jose Mourinho. Like that's why he went all out for the League Cup last year.
Europa, yeah.
Once he won the League Cup. Yeah. Once he won the League Cup, I've won the trophy. It's
a springboard. You can use it. Yeah, you use it as a springboard. As like, we won this, now let's go for this. But it sounds like the intermediate teams are like, we won this, let's win it again. Do you know? There's kind of a.
Well, Killishandra there now in the G. They were in a relegation playoff there a few weeks ago to see out at the intermediate, and I was talking to a couple of Killishandra supporters, and they was, we'd be better off going down junior, and maybe winning the junior. That was their view. And
I'm saying that as a good thing.
Build and come up. Well, it's not a bad idea if you can go down and come up again.
Right.
Win the junior, go into intermediate as a winning team.
Yeah.
You'll do better. Whereas if you're losing and are going down,
you keep going.
They're after having a losing season. They just survived relegation.
Yeah.
They couldn't field the team some of the days, a couple of matches this year. That's the squad is that tight, you know. And the fear is that next year it'll be the same again, and then they'll lose players because who's going to train and play if you're losing?
Turn up for that.
If you're losing 9 out of 10 games.
Yeah.
But if you went down junior and won, you come up as a
in.
winner, and everyone wants to be in, and you're a winning team.
It does make sense.
Yes, but the problem
is
the danger is you don't come. You
don't come back up.
Yes,
yeah, you just.
It has happened clubs before. I don't know how true it is. A few years ago, Belturbet are said to have let themselves be relegated out of senior
to try that,
to try and win the intermediate, and they were a long time trying to win the intermediate. You know, because it's easier said than done. Yes. You could be lucky and come straight back up as a winning team, but it doesn't always work that way.
Get a momentum going. And
another club could have a momentum going. Another club could be coming. You know, a team comes with a batch of young players, and you know,
just hitting
like
at the right time.
Gowna back in the 80s, they came the whole way up, junior, intermediate, to winning seniors. But they came with a batch of players that had won under 12, under 14, under 16.
The whole players moving up together, same age.
They came together, and there was enough there of a spread that they were able to do it. Some say that it looks like that might be happening in Crushillaw at the moment. They have been a batch of successful players that have won under 12, under 14, under 16, you know, and that their seniors now are improving again. They're starting to come up the ladder again. But again, it only works for a few clubs. As I say, most clubs that goes down again. You know. If you lose every game, like Mullaghorn now are after losing every single game they played this year in senior.
Every single game?
Every league game and every championship game they've lost. And they're now relegated. So they're down intermediate. Now, some people are going, it's Mullaghorn in intermediate, they'll probably win it.
Yeah, it'll steamroll.
But, as I say, that may have been if they had gone down unlucky out of senior and had, you know, were missing enough. But unless they have some players coming on that's going to improve them, all their players.
To say that they're
say a player that's after joining their senior panel this year.
Yeah.
All he knows is defeat.
Yeah.
So he's going into intermediate next year. He's not going to be thinking, oh, this is intermediate, it's going to be easier and we'll win. He'll be thinking, I haven't won a game yet.
Yeah.
Played for a year.